Some want to remove Confederate statues while others want to rename Robert E. Lee Park. But the threat posed by one supporter of the rebel flag is at the heart of a neighborhood turned upside down in Rosedale. ABC 2 News' Jeff Hager joins us right now with more on how this has led to violence, Jeff.
Jamie, the teenager in the middle of this isn't really flying the Confederate flag. He's wrapping himself in it and parading it up and down the street, which has led to a very uncivil war with his neighbors. Violence on the streets of Rosedale ends in an arrest after neighbors say a white man who had recently been toting a Confederate flag through the neighborhood leveled verbal threats at one of the lone black families here.
He was walking down the street, and he stopped in front of T's house and said, "F you, I'm going to kill you all."
Witnesses say when some white neighbors confronted him, a fight ensued, and a good Samaritan paid for it in blood.
I tried to tell everybody to call the police and tell them to stop. Neighbor was already stopping, and then the guy came at me with the knife.
How many stitches?
7 stitches. I was just protecting myself.
Police arrested 18-year-old Brandon Harold on assault and weapons charges and later charged his father, Harry Harold, after he allegedly peeked in the windows of several victims. One of them is Shirlette Jackson, who captured these images of the flag-bearing teenager in front of her house a week earlier.
Actually, when I took the picture, I was standing at my window and he was standing right there. And then he kept doing it. Then he went and got his bike and he was right up and down.
Brandon's stepmother says it's the neighbors who are the real threats on this street.
He's 18 years old, but he's more like a 14-year-old because he's a special needs child. He was minding his business. They jumped him. So I want justice to be done.
As for the rebel flag, which also is featured prominently on his Facebook page, his family is offering up a historical defense.
We're not prejudiced at all. It has something to do with his heritage, his people fighting the war to represent that flag. It has nothing to do with a hate crime.
A judge released Brandon Harold on his own recognizance, which means the threat he poses, real or imagined, is very much on the minds of his neighbors.
Maybe they're not taking it serious enough, and the only time it seems like people start taking things serious is when someone's dead.
Neighbors say Baltimore County police on bicycles and in unmarked cars spent about 48 hours on their street after the Heralds got out of jail, but they have not seen them since. Jeff Hager, ABC 2 News.
All right, Jeff, thank you. Tonight, Baltimore police are asking